starting to do that thing where you doubt yourself and then the fear creeps in and then you're starting to think, oh my gosh, what if I haven't done that bit right and maybe that bit could be better, and then you watch it back again and again and then you're thinking, oh, but I need to do another take, and then you've done 20 takes but then actually 4 of them are quite good, and then you're like, let's chill the F out and let's just get it done, shall we? If you are new here, my name is Pippa. I'm a professional actress. I trained at drama school and then I've worked in the profession for the last, 5 years. I panel at drama schools. I do lots of masterclasses and workshops as well. If you want more information about that, just check out my website below and you can book me for a course or for a one-off class. Anyway, this isn't about that. This is about lovely little you. Not little you. That didn't mean to sound patronising, but lovely you. This is about you. I wanted to just talk you through what to do when you find yourself caught in that doubt circle and that downward spiral of, oh, I should do that better, or I could have recorded that different, or said that different, or that's not how I planned to do it, when it comes to self-tapes. Because of COVID, we are having to do lots of auditions and casting processes online. This was something we were already doing, but it is kind of gonna be the norm for the foreseeable future. And it was already kind of going that way anyway. So it's really important to have a really firm grasp on how to do it effectively and confidently, and make sure that you are showing your very best self and very best performance when you are sending off a self-tape. Whether it is for drama school or a job, it doesn't matter. It's obviously really important to shine your light as bright as you can when you are doing a self-tape. So the first thing that I want to suggest is that you do your best to come off script. Sometimes directors, casting directors or whatnot don't mind if you're not off book, but it does, I think, help you as the artist perform freer if you're not reading the script and not sure on what your character is about to say. Obviously, the actor in you is making sure that your character is coming up with it beautifully and spontaneously. However, when you are in an audition, there's already quite a lot of tension, or, emotions are running high, you're on adrenaline. Just try your best to come as much off book as you possibly can. I think it's always the best thing to do, and it just does make you look a bit more impressive, I think, especially if you've had short notice. But again, I don't want to say that to worry you. If it is for a job audition, quite often you're able to, I'll use my notebook right now, have the script off camera and, say the lines and perform it as if you're doing that and look at it. It's not really the biggest issue. I wouldn't have it like this, though. Don't ever do this. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it, because I will find you. And I will make sure you pay for that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Brilliant. So, do your best to come off book. Again, not the be all and end all. Second thing that I wanted to suggest, make sure that you're in an environment where you feel comfortable. Again, this isn't always doable, but try and record it if you know that your other half's in and you feel a bit self-conscious about doing stuff around them, if they're not a performer or for whatever reason your family are in, or, we are in quarantine most of the time and we can't just hire a studio space as easily as, or go to our drama school or ask a friend to do the self-tape with us. We are kind of having to navigate doing these sorts of things in environments where perhaps we're not normally used to doing it. So as a result, try and find a time where you can do it freely. Maybe if you are a young actor and you're living with your folks still, when they're out at work, if they're able to go to work, or ask them to put some headphones in, listen to some music while you do the audition. It's really important, again, to make sure that you're not coming across self-conscious as you are performing your piece and doing your thing. If you have graduated drama school or you're just working in the profession, it's not a done deal. I think in the UK, a lot of actors just think sitting on their arse and waiting for the phone to ring from their agent is absolutely fine. And maybe that's okay for you if you aren't having to work other jobs and do all these other bits and bobs. But in the US, people still train all the time. I know we've got the Actor Centre in London and lots of other drama clubs and workshops and masterclasses, mine included. School is never out for the pro. This is one of the things I say all the time to absolutely everybody. If you think just sitting on your backside and waiting for the phone to ring and not practicing and honing in your craft is an okay way to go about things, maybe you'll stay lucky. But if you've got to fill an auditorium like the National and it's a theatre season and COVID's long gone and you haven't actually done any vocal warm-ups for a year, and then you're thrust into that environment, yes, you've got rehearsals to practice. You need to be able to keep working on your craft. So that's just a tip, not for when the self-tape comes in, but for in between the audition opportunities and in between acting jobs. Hone in on your craft. Do something that's going to help you feel like an actor and get better at what it is that you want to do and how you want to work, because anyone can act. Outwork yourself. The next tip that I wanted to give you is actually set an amount of time. One thing that I've learned through my self-employed journey and managing lots of different projects on the go is time management and energy management. Again, I can talk about this further if anyone would like some advice on that. But designate some time to do the self-tape and make it just that time. Plan your quit time and stick to it. I think one thing as creatives that we trick ourselves into believing is that we have to think about our art all the time and that's it. It's just our life to be creative. Like, no, it isn't. Like, you have family, you have friends, you're not thinking about the arts all the time. When you're pulling pints or you're stacking shelves, are you thinking about your acting job? Maybe like in little spaces, but you do switch off, you do other things. So stop kidding yourself that this is the be all and end all. It really isn't. This is an opportunity for you to do a job, designate your time, because if you don't get the job, you're not getting paid to do this audition, right? Schedule a bit of time that you're willing to spend, I use that word intentionally, and then plan your quit time, cut it off, walk away and leave it. That being said, I know it can be really difficult when you've got to do a few takes and you keep fluffing the lines and you're trying to get it in the bag. When you're on a film set, unless you're like Will Smith, you're probably not going to be able to say, oh, can I do it again? Oh, can I do it one more time? Oh, can I try it like that actually? Like, they don't have time to do that. We know what it's like in the film industry. It's fast, 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 fast. They need to turn it around quick. So again, getting into that practice now where you can deliver and be a one-take wonder or a two-take marvel. One-take wonder or a two-take marvel. I like that. It's just going to really help you when you actually land the job and are in that situation, because the pressure will be high. There will be 100 people watching you say those 3 lines where you've really got to give it everything. And if you throw it up, you might not get hired again. Let's be honest. So again, use these times as a practice for when you're in the profession and when you're actually in that situation. So give yourself a designated amount of takes. Spend more time learning the words and less time actually doing the recording, because you'll have much better preparation and therefore the result will be much clearer, and the clarity of character and intention and your focus will just radiate through the camera. Honestly, just do that. Own the preparation so you can free flow in the audition. Just to add on from that as well, in a theatre audition where you are actually in a room with people, they can redirect you. In a self-tape situation, you've only got one shot to not let your chance to boom. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Wiggle, wiggle. I don't really know Eminem very well. I'm sure he's a lovely guy. So give them what you think is best. And this leads me on to my final tip really, and what I generally really try and rave about whenever I talk about auditioning. You've got to do you. You've got to be yourself. And I think one of the things that lets a lot of younger actors down, especially for drama school auditions, is they walk in and they don't even know how to stand on their own 2 feet. If you know what I mean. There's not much confidence there. It's about knowing who you are and knowing what you like, having a backbone and standing tall and remaining true to who you are. Now, I understand if you're 16, you might not have had a lot of life experience. Again, that's a term thrown around a lot. You might need a little bit more guidance on that, but start digging and start doing that research now. Because if you don't know how you are or who you are, how are you going to be able to portray a character who maybe is older than you and does have all this gravitas and grit and determination in them when you've had the easiest life going? Again, this is a massive generalization and I don't know everyone's circumstances, but it's really important to make sure that you know, I know what Pippa is all about, and David knows what David is all about, and Catherine knows what Catherine is all about. Just make sure you've got some idea about what you stand for and what, you know, you've read some newspapers, you keep up to date with current affairs, you are keeping an ear on the ground for other auditions. My iPhone just went off. Oh, girl. Why would you do that? Honestly. So embarrassing. What the hell? So in a nutshell, I say this nearly every time I talk to anyone about auditions and mentor anyone about auditions. Own it. Own your voice. Own the space. Own who you are. And that will carry when you switch into the character. There'll be a bigger contrast. It will be magic. Oof. Magical. I hope that all makes sense. If you have got any other questions about auditions or self-tapes or whatnot, just please ask. I said before already, I am teaching masterclasses and doing acting courses now. Check out my website if you want to hear more about those, pippamoss.com/masterclasses. And hopefully you're going to land these jobs, you're going to get into drama school, and you're going to just keep honing your craft as an actor. School is never out for the pro. You've really got to know who you are, and I really believe in you, and I'm sure you're going to be a massive success. Thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment if you've got any questions, and I really look forward to hearing you and seeing you next time. Bye for now. Time to do some yoga.